Hello friends, now we will discuss LSA type 4 and LSA type 5. So this is the scenario. Here we have created the lab based on this topology, where there is this router 8 is connected to router 3 and it is having an external out in EIGRP. So what is LSA type 4? LSA type 4 is known as ASPR summary LSA. Means by this LSA, each router in different area will come to know where is ASPR. And the second one is LSA type 5, which is OSPF ASPR external LSA. By LSA type 4, he will come to know the ASPR, who is ASPR and what routes are routed by ASPR is known by LSA type 5. So in what happens when this we redistribute these routes in OSPF, then it will generate it will not generate a LSA type 4. This is not a ABR. So type 4 LSA is generated by ABR only. So what it will do, it will generate type 1 LSA with a external weight. By seeing that type 1 LSA with external weight, this router 2, which is here, which works as a ABR, will generate a type 4 LSA, and then it will pass to other domain. So here also router 5 will generate the type 4 LSA, but in this area there is no need of type 4 LSA, as router 4 already knows how to reach this ABR. For LSA type 5 is generated by ASBR. So this is a ASBR router. It will generate type 5 LSA, which is floated to other area. So now I have done basic configuration. I will show you what is the basic configuration. Then we will redistribute the route, and then we will see what is inside LSA, or after this redistribution, what is the effect of this redistribution in the routes. So I will show you each router's basic configuration, then I will redistribute, and then we will see the changes. So I am starting with router 1. So router 1, if I will show you the basic configuration, so IP interface brief, this is the IP address. So IP OSPF neighbor, these are the neighbors. So IP, so running configuration, begin router OSPF. This is the basic configuration which is done for OSPF. Now come to router 2. So IP OSPF, so IP interface brief, this is the basic configuration. So running config, begin router OSPF. This is the configuration done for OSPF. Now I will show you neighbor. So IP OSPF neighbor. Now come to router 3. So IP interface brief, then you will type so running config, begin router OSPF. Right now on router 3, which is this router, we have not redistributed the routes. Later on we will redistribute it. Then so IP OSPF neighbor, then we will come to router 4. So IP OSPF neighbor, so IP interface brief, so running config, begin router OSPF. This is the configuration on router 4. Okay, router 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we will come to router 5, 6 and 7. Router 5. So IP OSPF neighbor, so IP interface brief, So running config, again router OSPF. This is the configuration for OSPF on router 5. Now I will come to router 6. So IP OSPF neighbor, so IP interface brief, so running config, begin router OSPF. So this is the configuration on router 6. Now I will go to router 7. So IP OSPF neighbor, so IP interface brief, so running config, begin router OSPF. This is the configuration on router 7. Now on router 8 we have done this EIGRP configuration along from router 8. So IP EIGRP neighbor, so this is the neighbor, so running config, begin router EIGRP. This is the configuration done for EIGRP. So IP interface brief. Same way for EIGRP we have done configuration on router 3 also. So I will show you that one also. So running config, begin router EIGRP. So this is configuration we have done. So right now if we will check on this router 7, then there will be no type 4 or type 5 LSA. So IP OSPF database. So you can see that there is only type 1, type 2 and type 3 LSA. There is no this type 4 LSA. So what we will do, we will redistribute the route. So what we will do, we will go inside router OSPF. Just I will show you topology. So here what we are doing, we are going inside this OSPF, then we will redistribute these routes into this OSPF EIGRP routes. So router OSPF 1, redistribute EIGRP 50 subnets. Okay, so this command you have run. Now we will check on this router 7. Where is router 7? This is router 7. Okay, now we will check it. So IP OSPF database. Now you can see there are two routes, two LSA. One is summary ASBR, which is LSA type 4. What it tells, the link ID will be the ID of from where that ASBR ID, and the advertised router will be the ABR router. If we will say this thing, then this is the ABR router. The routes come via this router, then one type 4 LSA is generated by this router 2, then again this router 5 regenerate and puts the advertised router as a ABR, because for this area this is the ABR. So whenever someone from router 7 wants to go to external routes, then it will come to know that he has to go via advertised router, that is its ABR. And this is the link state link ID which tells it where is ASBR. Now in route type 5, what will happen in type 5? Type 5 we will get those external route which is advertised by router 3. So here 88.8.8.8 and 38.1.1.0, these routes are advertised by the ASBR. So this will be inside this LSA type 4, and who advertise it? It is originated by ASBR. So this LSA type 4 is generated by ABR, whereas LSA type 5 is generated by ASBR. Now if you will check the routes, So route OSPF, then you are saying these routes are which is originated are coming in OE2. So if you want to know what is OE2, it is the external route. Now there is two part, one is OE1 and one is OE2, and if in next video when we will see LSA type 7, then similarly you will get instead of N1 and N2. So to differentiate these things, N1 and N2 is for stub area. For normal area you will get E2 or E1. E2 means route tells these route tells OSPF route to set the metric at the point of redistribution at ASBR, and E1 routes tells OSPF route to add the internal cost to reach ASBR to the cost at the point of redistribution. So just I will clear these things right now. What is happening? We have not given, there is one command for by which we can change these the metric, how to calculate the metric. If we are not setting any metric, then default it is taking metric type 2. So you will get these as E2 routes, OE2. If we will change this metric type, then it will come as OE1. In OE1 what will happen? The router OSPF tells to add the internal cost to reach ASBR. Right now by default the cost is 20 set. You are saying both routes this cost 20 is set. Means if this one, if we are using default or OE1 or metric type 2, then the default 20 cost is reached to router 7, and when we will use this OE1, then what will happen? The internal cost, whatever the routers are in between, they will add their cost, and then they will, and the route will be installed in routing table. Just I will show you that one also. We will go to router 3 and we will just remove the earlier command, subnets. Now redistribute EIGRP 50. If you type question mark, there is one metric type. Metric type you can set it 1 or 2. By default it is set to 2. Now we have fired this command. Now we will come to router 7 and now I will check the routes. Now you can see the routes, instead of E2 it is coming E1. So it is adding the internal cost also. So this is the difference between OE1 and OE2. Now we will take we will go again by to LSA. So IP OSPF database. So you will check all the routes same times. The LSA type 4 and type 5 are coming in router 7 type. So this is LSA type 4 and LSA type 5. To know more about other LSA, please continue to watch our upcoming videos. Thank you.